What up, QC crew? King Day is in the motherfucking building.
Run it up, what's up? That bitch gon' not know when what's up. Run that shit, we at all the show. Say that shit for your camera.
What it do? It is your homie King Day here in King's Corner, and I am back with another reaction video for you. So look, I already know. Some of y'all said y'all gonna stick beside me and y'all gonna watch these videos that I put out about Erica, Loved by Erica. This her documentary. Now I do apologize if we are starting off a little bit slow with her. For those of you who do not know who Erica is, I got something special for y'all. If y'all don't want to sit through this video because she boring, I understand. The fact that you clicked on it and you heard this message and you're about to, politely exit stage left, I appreciate that. For those who know who Erica is, thank you for tuning into the videos, seeing my thoughts and opinions on this documentary, because I will get into the tea also. I have something conjuring up a little bit to give people a better insight on who Erica is. Actually, the subscriber who recommended that I react to Erica kind of knows her background a little bit better than I do. So I will kind of do like a over the phone, tell us what she about situation with her. So y'all stay tuned for that, all right? So we can give y'all the backstory of who Erica is. And if you still don't know who she is and you feel like she boring and this documentary ain't spilling no tea and you not here for it, but you gonna watch it because you fuck with me, I fuck with you, all right? So I ain't gonna hold you, I never do. If you fuck with me like I fuck with you, all right? You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We're going to get straight into this video. Let's get it. Let go.
So ultimately, guys, when people start disappearing and there's no explanation, like as a kid, like you start thinking that you've done something wrong, even if you haven't. And this is why I talk to my kids, as small as baby Drake is, as small as Dion is. I constantly reassure them, like, you are perfect. Like, you're here for a reason. None of my mistakes is your mistakes. You're not going to have to pay for it. Like, I speak these positive affirmations over them because nobody did that for me. Like, nobody reassured me that regardless of the color of my skin, I'm still pretty. Regardless of the fact that your dad is no longer here, like, you are worthy. I love you. I care about you. You're gonna achieve greatness. Like, nobody did that. So I found myself trying to do that when in my adult life.
With your kids.
What happened was the wrong people started saying it. I love you. You're beautiful. I care about you. 30 years, probably 95% of the people that I've ran across didn't mean those words. My mom, when she picked me up, I was in the 4th grade.
I was finna say, let's get back to the...
was like 2 or 3 years ahead of me. My younger brother, 2 or 3 years younger than me. And our first stop was to Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Not Pine Bluff. I know a
I
nigga
remember
from Pine
feeling
Bluff.
like, dang, this is very country. It's very country. Like, it kind of just
compared to where you was
at.
Pine Bluff was more country than that little, tour she gave us last time. I didn't think it got any countryer than that. Damn.
Like, back home.
Like, it's countryer than this?
They had bought a vehicle, guys, for $300. Like, that's all that, my mom could afford. And it was enough to get us from, and we were staying in Nacogdoches, Texas. And it was just enough to get us to Walmart that was like maybe 3 miles up the street and back. And on the way, because the vehicle, it was like a little hoopty cash car for $300. It had no air in there, y'all. Like, y'all know Texas get all the way up to 109 degrees. It can in the summertime. And we like was on the side of the road like at least 2 or 3 times on the way there.
Damn.
Two or 3 times on the way back. The car was getting overheated. And keep a big gallon of water. But yeah, we coming up on another relative home right here. Super country. Back over here, we had family members that like stayed right over here, but I don't think they stay there no more. This is another church that I grew up in over here, and this was my great grandfather's church in Tadmore, but it just didn't have that like loving feeling. And you guys know how it is, like when you move to different schools and stuff like that, like you get picked on. So I went through that stage, and I mean I had like a little like fight, you know, at my old school, but it was pointless because the whole school was related. But
The
when I
whole
moved
school
to
was
Arkansas,
related.
the kids were different. Like they kept saying I was country. They was picking on like the clothes I had on, like how my hair was, because Lord knows my mama didn't know how to do no hair, and I just had to just roll with the punches, you know, pigtails and hair bows or whatever. But they were just so mean. Like I don't know, it just kind of seemed like everybody was just trying to fit in, and you know. So I got into my first fight there.
Did you
And then
whoop?
it
Did
was
you
like
beat her
after I
ass?
started fighting, people would start messing with me. They stopped bothering me. Then it was like as soon as everybody there started liking me, it's like my mom moved us to Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Why y'all moving so much? Y'all had money?
I have a lot of good memories about Kenosha, Wisconsin, but I also had a
Or was
lot of...
she running away from something or someone? Like, that's a lot of moving. Like, from one city to the next city within the same state is one thing, but from state to state to state, that's crazy. That is crazy.
bad memories. Because there was a situation that had happened, and I don't really care to go into details. It caused me to be in foster home.
Why did you mention that?
So we are backtracking. I went from my grandmother. So now we're not in Arkansas anymore. The kids, they start liking me there. And then all of a sudden I'm getting pulled out in the middle of the school year with no explanation. Now I'm having to readjust to this new school, and I ended up in a foster home, or something that's called like a safe house, where you're there with other kids, different ages, different races. You have your own room. They take you shopping 101. They provide for you. They cook, clean for you 3 times a day. You get a snack at nighttime, and then you see different like people. You see different people throughout the day. So I woke up, I got ready for school. I saw one staff. When I got home, I saw another staff. By the time it was time for me to go to bed,
Is that
I
music in
seen
the background?
complete different
Copyright,
staff.
Erica?
And the bad part about it was that my middle school was right across the street from the safe house / foster home. And it was humiliating because one day I opened the doors to walk across the street to school, and a bunch of kids like saw me. And from that day forward, I was getting picked on. Like they didn't
And you should have
understand
whooped they motherfucking
why I was in
ass.
the foster home, safe house. They didn't understand like what that even meant.
Because you whoop
They
ass,
just
that's
knew
why.
it was something to make fun of because I was different from them. So I dealt with that. Then a couple of the kids, you know, the cool kids, they started, because mind you, I'm at a whole different school now, they started to stick up for me.
Okay.
And so once they started to stick up for me, like, yo, that's not funny. Like, she's in there for her protection. Like, you don't understand the situation. Like, now I became one of the popular kids. Like, everybody literally just started to like me.
And you shouldn't have fucked with none of them.
And next thing I know, we get moved again. And we was moved to a town called Nacogdoches, Texas. And those were some of the most worst memories that I ever had as a kid. If you Google Nacogdoches crimes, the schools, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It was,
Let me
I've
see.
never seen nothing like it. They were like bulldogs just growling at me for being a new kid. And they was talking about my clothes, because my mom, like, we was poor, we couldn't afford, like, you know, nice designer things. And I remember my mother could only afford me shoes out of the Dollar General. Those of you that is familiar with the Dollar General, you guys know that they got some shoes in there. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no Balenciagas or Nikes or whatever, but that's all we had at the time.
Duh.
And this girl embarrassed me in front of everybody. And she was like, girl, did you get them shoes from the Dollar General? And I was like, no. Like, I'm telling you, like, you could tell that they came from the Dollar General. Like, the shoes didn't even have shoestrings, y'all. Like, they was the things that flapped over. And so, one day, I just got tired of her and stood up for myself. Because, you know, like, when it comes to bullying and stuff like that, like, sometimes people, they don't stick up for you, or they don't say nothing because they're afraid to. And so I started standing up for myself. And that also kind of like seeped over into my adult life. I've always felt like nobody has ever had my back. Even now, like, with everything that has taken place in my life, I'm 30 years old and I still feel the same way. And I don't feel like
You're
anybody
30?
should feel that way. But I
She's 30. She means she in her 30s, right? Is that I didn't know Erica was 30. I didn't know Erica was 30. I didn't know I didn't know Erica was 30.
And so
Why didn't
it
nobody
took me
tell
to
me
stand
Erica
up
was
to
30?
her, and me and her was like this ever since. I became so cool with the kids. And guess what happened? We moved again. But this time we moved back.
If Erica is 30, I don't know where her birthday falls, but I'm finna be 28. That means Erica is 2 years older than me. I can't wrap my head around that. I cannot wrap my head around that. I can't wrap my
To
head
where
around that.
we originated, and that was Tamworth, Texas. We stayed there 2 weeks, maybe 3, and my mother and her now husband moved us again. But luckily, it was back to Nacogdoches. It's just funny because, like, now I look back, I used to hate my hair, y'all, because I was always getting picked on
You
from
got
having,
pictures?
like pigtails in the 5th grade. Like, guys, if y'all have daughters, don't have them, because nowadays 5th graders look like us. Like, don't have your kids wearing no
I had ponytails in the
hair
5th
bows.
grade. If I could find some pictures, I'll post them. But I definitely had ponytails in the 5th grade, and I definitely had the balls on the end. I definitely had the whole shebang in the 5th grade. Nowadays, like literally 2023, being that Erica is 2 years older than me, that was definitely acceptable. That was 100% acceptable to have ponytails in the 5th grade. If I found the pictures, this is what I look like. Y'all tell me. Now in 2023, you know, you might want to do some braids. Keep braids in your kids' hair or something so they can keep up with the, you know, I wouldn't do no weaves and no quick weaves in no 5th grade, or no, you know, bundles and no wigs. Lord, these 5th graders got wigs on, but not no wigs. But you could definitely, you're 2 years older than me. You could have rocked them ponytails, sis. You definitely could have.
And ponytails. Not in the 5th grade, okay? And I was doing that. So this girl, her name was Raven Decker. If you watching this, Thank you for saving my life. But she used to do my hair. She used to take my hair down in the morning time. She would do like this
My mama would have whooped my
ponytail up,
ass.
where you have like this updo, downdo, and like whenever I would get back on the bus to go back home, she would fix my hair back the way that it was so that my mama wouldn't notice.
My mama would have noticed.
One day, the bus lady decided to snitch on me and call my mama and tell my mama what was going on. And I got a whooping. Whatever. And so I had to like just go to school with 2 pigtails up here and 1 in the back with some hair bows on there. Whatever. So I finished off the school year in Nacogdoches, finally completing a year. And we moved in with my aunt that you guys will see every now and again. I'll be with her. She lives in Dallas now. We moved in with her, but I don't think that they got along, because I don't think my mom and her have ever got along. Like, y'all know like how sisters just kind of just nag each other for whatever reason. And so I guess my mom just needed a place to like really go, and it caused us to live in this this house that was probably about as big as this room. I'm gonna show y'all this room. This corner right here.
The house was as big as the
not
room?
including the bathroom, okay?
You just want to show us your damn house.
But I would say...
So why you showing us that if it ain't a part of the size you're trying to show?
I would say it was big as half of this room and half of this room here. But this house was so unique, and I'm going to be showing you guys all of this. And if I get a little emotional, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna bear with you.
Pregnancy, it's the memories, and it's a reminder of like where I come from, okay? But in this house, I feel like, 1 second.
Got deep.
In this house, y'all, I feel like should no kid ever have to experience it. And I experienced poverty. I mean, poverty at such a young age that at age 30 is so scary, because I don't ever want to relive that, and I don't ever want my kids to have to go through that. And by the grace of God, we won't. This house, you walk in, there was 1 mattress. I want to say maybe queen or king. It wasn't a bed. It was definitely not a bed. It was like a mattress just laid on the floor that me and my 2 brothers shared. My oldest brother against the wall, my youngest brother in the middle, and I'm towards the end. And then there was another bed where my mom and her husband slept. And then we had this little bitty heater. And in the wintertime, it was torture, because it would only get so warm. And I think that's probably why I hate being cold. I hate being hot too, especially when I'm pregnant. But it's like a mixture, because in the summertime, oh my God, we would have an air conditioner unit, but it would be blowing out nothing but heat. So we was constantly
Cut that thing
sweating,
off.
you know. But the house had no bathroom at all. The house was never built to have a bathroom. Like, it was something that I guess one of my uncles did back in the day. Like, he was, I guess, like a carpenter or something like that, where he just built stuff, and he needed a place to, I guess, just, I don't know, sleep. I don't know. But he didn't build the house with a bathroom. And so what we did was we used the bathroom in a empty paint bucket that my mom had to get my oldest brother to dump out in the woods every morning.
I couldn't imagine. This lady says she is 2 years older than me. And I can't imagine at any point in time in my life going to use the restroom in a bucket. I know a lot of people are unfortunate. Things happen. Life happens. This is something out of her control, obviously. But I can't fucking imagine what that would be like. Because I don't even think my grandmother used a bucket. Maybe her mother did. I mean, like in that age, not saying she actually did it, but like in that age group of possibly using. And I'm ignorant to this, and I'll be the first to admit it. I'm ignorant to it. I've never heard of nothing. Nobody in my age group. Technically, we could have been in the same middle school, the same high school. We could have all of that if she's 30 years old, and somebody help me understand. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I'm not saying that she's telling a story or anything like that, because I don't know her personally to be like, girl, you lying, or yeah, you telling the truth, because I seen it with my own eyes. But for her to be 32 years older than me, I just couldn't imagine myself doing it. So she came up out of that. Kudos to Erica.
Yikes. This shit scared me sometimes, dog. This shit scared me sometimes, dog. That's my love language. This shit been feeling like I'm so far gone. Need love and I really mean it. I'm sorry when I write these songs, but if I say it, then I really mean it. Sometimes I feel I'm on my own, so believe me when I say I need you. Yeah. If you love me like you say you do, then maybe tell me why you leaving.
This was the empty paint bucket that we had to use the bathroom in, y'all.
It's still there?
And I'm trying to.
That's the exact bucket? No. No, Erica. This Lowe's, ain't that the new Lowe's logo? Are you trying to show us this is a bucket like what y'all used? It looked at. Hold up now, Erica. Because how old you was using a bucket? Was you in high school, middle school? It don't even matter. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe that's the old Lowe's logo. Hold up. Looking real similar to me. Okay. This been a logo since 2008. So that means I was in 7th grade. Okay. I guess. I don't know. Did she specify? Did she specify how old she was using this book? I know she did a lot of back and forth school and stuff. I'm probably gonna have to go back because this bucket looking real new. This bucket looking real new.
Not to cry, but we had to do number 1 and number 2 in this bucket. And every morning, my mom would get my oldest brother to dump it out.
That specific bucket.
Right over here. In the woods.
You gonna walk over there? You gonna show us some shit too? You don't gotta go over there,
Erica. I don't
Erica.
hear anybody on this platform say that I'm a gold digger. I be using people. How can you use somebody for something you never had or you never seen growing up? I'm so used to the struggle
Okay, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to her situation, but typically people that ain't never had nothing are the ones that's trying that want better are the ones trying to get it. I'm just saying. Yeah, if you used to certain stuff, you got a certain type of dude you mess with, he got to make a certain type of coin. Of course, you go after that. But if you ain't had nothing either and you want different for yourself and you got people around you that's getting treated certain type of way by men, throwing money at them, you learning from them, you meeting up with men, women, whatever you into, you only want the ones with money because you never had it before. So I get what you trying to say. But people who ain't had it before and they got it out the mud, they been through the struggle and all of that, they are definitely gold diggers also. I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying.
Guys, like, y'all don't understand what I seen growing up. Y'all don't understand what I went without growing up. It was very hard for us. And all I try to do is get on this platform and make my generation proud. And the generation before me proud. No kid should have to live like that.
I agree. Totally agree.
And that's why I can't let nobody on this platform distract me. I don't care if I had 1,000,000 kids. I gotta do this because it's people in my family that's depending on me every day, y'all. And I want to be something that they didn't get the opportunity to be for whatever reason. My family, they couldn't afford to go to college. Yeah, there's financial aid, but they dropped out of school so early to help my great-grandmother because they were starving. And I remember my aunt, my mom's sister, she was telling me that my grandmother would get about $100 worth of food stamps every month. And she said for the first week, everything was good. But then she said after that first week, they was dang near starving. Like my grandmother would make this jam for them to eat, and my mother didn't like it. So she just got weaker and weaker. And one day she went to stand up and she fainted. So my grandmother was searching underneath the couch. And she found $75 worth of food stamps.
She was only getting $100, $105, whatever she said, $100 and some dollars in food stamps. And when your mama collapsed, she just happened to find $75 worth? When did she lose 75% of her food stamps? I'm not saying that this is not the truth. I just feel like it's a little bit stretched. $75? Now she would have said like I found like $6, $10. You know what I'm saying? $11, $15. She was only getting 100 and something. And she found 75? Erica, sis.
Like,
somebody didn't tell you the truth.
To the grocery store. And she had my mother to drink chocolate milk. She had my mother drink chocolate milk to get her strength back. Because she didn't have any strength. Uh-oh. My uncle that passed away that y'all saw me bury, y'all. Like, this was his trailer. I'm very familiar with trailer houses. And they actually, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, they starting to make these trailers look very nice in the inside. I ain't gonna lie. Especially them double wides, okay?
Is that like pretty much it? I think that's it. I think that's it. Now, I understand what, is going on here, and it's very saddening to see, where she come from, because she was in a very unfortunate situation, and I'm glad she beat the odds, and she is in a much, much, much better place now, and she can provide much more to her kids. I just hope that everything that she did say in here, things that I pointed out or that I noticed, like, regardless to what I think or what anybody else think, I just hope that it is her authentic truth. I hope that she is not, like, stretching the truth for sympathy. I hope that this documentary, this whole, program about her life, this whole project is really just authentically 100% the truth. How y'all feel about it? Y'all let me know in the comments. If you stuck through the video the whole time just because you fuck with me, I fuck with you, all right? If you want to see more content like this, more is to come. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, because right now, King Day is out. Peace. The motherfucking building.
Run it up was up. Your bitch gon' not know when was up. Run that shit, we had all the